What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Dragonflight video. Hope you are all doing very well. We're going to do a quick video on Frost Death Knight rotations. I think if some of you guys are struggling to do damage out there as a Frost DK, if you've been following me on my journey and you want to also try and play Frost DK right now in the current season, then this is the video for you. I want to help you guys out to understand how to do better damage and really to understand in general what Frost DK is trying to accomplish, because I think once you sort of understand how the talents are interacting with each other and what you're exactly supposed to be doing, then it really helps to make the gameplay better, and it's going to improve your damage. So a couple things right off the bat. Number one, in this video I will have a indicator right here of the abilities that are being cast. Okay, so if I cast an ability, it's going to show up on that little sliding bar. So if you want to like slow the video down and pause what I'm doing, you can do that so you can better understand exactly which GCD is following which one. I'm going to walk you through it step by step, but I just want you to know that right off the bat. Number one, what are we trying to do as a Frost DK? And this is primarily aimed at Mythic Plus, okay, for AoE damage, maximum AoE damage. Well, first and foremost, this is with the new tier set bonus, which revolves around Frostworm's Fury. What you want to be doing is using Frostworm's Fury at the very end of your Pillar of Frost window. Okay, that is so important, okay, because during your Pillar of Frost window you have 25% more strength, and you have mastery. You're gonna have 40% more mastery. Mastery increases your frost damage. Frostworm's Fury does frost damage. Okay, so 25% strength and 40% mastery. You must put your Frostworm's Fury inside your Pillar of Frost window, but you don't want to do it at the very beginning because you need to be pressing obliterate during your Pillar of Frost window. You have to be pressing obliterate as much as you can, because you're going to have obliteration. You're going to be getting it refreshed. So you want to tag your Frostworm's Fury in at the very end of your Pillar of Frost window. The other reason you want to do it is because of the tier set bonus. If you read the first part, it says consuming Rime increases the damage of your next Frostworm's Fury by 5%, stacking up to 10 times. Okay, yes, Pillar of Frost will also launch its own Frostworm's Fury. We don't really care about that. This stacking Rime buff 5% every single time means you press Pillar of Frost, right, and then you're doing like Howling Blast into Obliterate, into Howling Blast into Obliterate. If you're getting those Rime procs, which you will be, because you're going to have things like Slappy Hands rolling. I'll show you that in a minute. So really critical that you throw your Frostworm's Fury at the very end of your Pillar of Frost window. How do you know that you're at the end of your Pillar of Frost window? Well, you have a little weak aura that's going to help you with that. So if I press my Pillar of Frost window, boom, this little weak aura pops up, and this weak aura does a lot for me. It shows me how many globals I'm using inside of the window. Okay, you can see it right there. It says I can do max 11, and then at the very end, when it's about to end there with that timer, I can press my Frostworm's Fury. Okay, I'm gonna link this weak aura down below so you guys can see exactly what you need to do and the timing. It's so important to get the timing correct, because again, you want to press Rime as many times as you can. You really want your very last GCD to be your Frostworm's Fury, and if you do it right, you're going to end up doing a lot of damage. I'm going to show you footage in a second. Your Frostworm's Fury should be doing, you know, 1.2 to like 1.5 million, depending on what your gear is. I'm at 510 right now. So your Frostworm's Fury will hit really hard if you're doing it correctly. If you're doing it wrong, then you'll notice that. So that's the first thing, okay? The second really important thing to know is you need to refresh your Remorseless Winter. You're going to press Remorseless Winter pretty early on in the fight, but you're going to have Everfrost. This talent increases the damage of Remorseless Winter up to 60% if you, as it sort of hits enemies. When you refresh your Remorseless Winter, you can refresh it at its maximum stacks. You can refresh it at that 10 stack mark, which is 60% more damage, which means your second Remorseless Winter, every single tick of that will do 60% more damage. So you must refresh your Remorseless Winter as soon as it comes off cooldown, because there'll be a small window right there where you can refresh it and get the maximum benefit. But if you wait too long, then you will not get that refresh with the maximum Everfrost amount. So that's really important to do as well. And then When it comes to the actual fight that I'm going to show you right here, I'm going to divide this up into 2 phases, okay? The first phase is the setup phase. You're going to use things like Abomination Limb, Empowered Rune Weapon, your Trinket, your Raised Dead. Those are going to all go into this first phase called the setup phase, okay? This is before you press Pillar of Frost. Once you pressed Pillar of Frost, you only want to be pressing Obliterate and then Glacial Advance or Howling Blast, and then Obliterate, Glacial Advance, Howling Blast, Obliterate, Glacial. You go back and forth. You don't want to press anything else in that window. You don't want to press your trinkets. You don't nothing. You want to have everything else rolling before you get into that window. Okay, understand? Very important that you do it that way. So here's how this works. Phase 1, I'm gonna set up my buttons here. It's gonna be Remorseless Winter, into Abomination Limb, into Empowered Rune Weapon, my Trinket, and my Raised Dead. Those are the 5 things that are going into my phase 1, okay? So Remorseless Winter, boom, 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 boom. All these buttons here, okay? Then I'm going to drop my Death and Decay at the beginning of phase 2. I'm dropping Death and Decay, and then I'm pressing Pillar of Frost into Glacial Advance or Howling Blast right away. Pillar of Frost is off the GCD, so you can press Pillar of Frost with a Glacial Advance right away, and then that'll get you your very, very first killing machine, or your very first obliteration proc, I'm sorry, which is gonna refresh your Obliterate and make your Obliterate benefit from mastery, okay? I'm gonna walk you through this really slow right now, and then I'm gonna do a full speed version after, okay? Here's what we do. We're gonna go Remorseless Winter, Abomination Limb, my Trinket, my Pet, my Empowered Rune Weapon. That's phase 1. I'm done phase 1 already. Okay? Phase 2, I would go Pillar of Frost into Howling Blast right away. I didn't put my D&D down. Then I'm going to go Obliterate, Howling Blast, Obliterate, Glacial Advance, Obliterate, Howling Blast, Obliterate. Oh, my Frostrim's Fury, boom. I put that in at the very, very end of my Pillar of Frost window, okay? That's how that works. That was very slow. That was very awful. I understand, but I just want to make sure I showed you that, okay? Because it's going to go much faster when I do the real thing, okay? So remember, your Remorseless Winter, Abomination Limb, your Empowered Rune Weapon, your Raised Dead, and your Trinket. Those are all going to kind of go into I'm going to call it phase 1, okay? A lot of these things you can macro together. I just don't have a macro. Like, a lot of them are off the GCD. I believe your Raised Dead's off the GCD. Your Trinket will be something you can just macro in. So you could just macro all these things into like Abomination Limb if you want to do it that way, because that is on the GCD. You can just press A-Bomb Limb, and everything else should just press on its own. So I don't have macros set up for that. I just I should, honestly, I should work on that, and I probably will. It's just something like I've been just trying to learn the rotation, and you know, that's what I've just been trying to do. So I don't have that all set up yet, but that's P1. Phase 2, once again, I actually screwed it up right there because I was just trying to show you so slowly, but when I do it in real time, it just sort of happens. But phase 2, remember, we're doing Death and Decay, and then you go Pillar of Frost plus a Glacial or something, right? That's ideally what you're going to be doing, okay? You're going to do it that way, and then that's going to get you that very first proc on Obliteration. Then you're going to go from there. And I will show you in real time. You're just bouncing back and forth between Obliterate and then Glacial Advance or Howling Blast if you have Rhyme. Okay? Obliterate, Howling Blast with Rhyme. Obliterate, Glacial Advance. Obliterate, Glacial Advance. At the very, very end, you pop your Frostrim's Fury and it all comes together. Okay? After that's done, that's phase 2. We're going to get into phase 3, which is like the continued AoE damage, because a lot of packs in Higher Mythic Plus, they're going to last longer than that, right? So then, in order to continue your AoE damage, it's all about refreshing Remorseless Winter at the maximum stacks, like I said before, and then you get a second D&D down, and then you're going to get another Pillar of Frost. And I'm going to show you that because you're going to reduce the cooldown on Pillar of Frost dramatically. Here we go. Here's the test. Here comes my phase 1. Remorseless Winter. We're going to go Howling this, okay. D&D is down. Pillar of Frost into Glacial Advance. Then I'm going Obliterate, Howling Blast, Obliterate, Glacial Advance, Obliterate, Obliterate, Howling Blast, Obliterate, Howling Blast, Obliterate, Glacial Advance. Use my Frostrim Sphere at the very end. There we go. Got it off. We're doing 1,000,000 damage. Refresh my D&D. Refresh Remorseless Winter. There we go. Glacial Advance, Obliterate. Obliterate. I'm getting the cleave still. Howling Blast, Obliterate, Glacial Advance, Howling Blast, Glacial Advance, Obliterate, Obliterate. Okay, we're going to do 2 Glacial Advances. Then we're going to do a D&D again in a second. Here we go. D&D, Obliterate, Refresh Remorseless Winter. Don't forget about that. Second Pillar of Frost window. Here we go. obliterate, obliterate. We're gonna go glacial into obliterate, into glacial, into obliterate. We don't have a Frostworm's Fury, which is fine. That's how you want to do that though. Okay, and there we go. My window is over. You can see my Pillar of Frost window is done. The last thing I want to do, of course, is refresh my Remorseless Winter. Boom, refresh it on stack. You can see the 10 stacks of Everfrost on the enemy right there. You can see that that's increasing by 60%, okay? Then your damage is going to look something like this. Your obliterate will be top, okay? Because again, it's cleaving. Very, very good. There's my augury doing lots of damage. Remorseless Winter is my second highest damage again, because I'm doing it correctly, right? My Frostworm's Fury only did 1,000,000 damage. I might not have done that perfectly. We'll have to see. I might have messed it up. I think I got it in at the very, very end of my Pillar of Frost window, but I might have messed it up. And then there's Glacial Advancer and Frost Fever is there. Howling Blast. I'm going to do it one more time just to show you guys really quickly. Then I'll show you the footage, and that'll be the end of the video, okay? I do have a real time of me doing this in a real dungeon. Again, remember, this is only 5 targets. Almost all of your damage on Frost Decay goes up with more targets. So if you have a bigger pack, like if you pull a double pack like I'm going to show you in the footage, then that will be a lot better for you as well, okay? Here we go. All my cooldowns are coming back. We're going to try it again. Here we go, okay? We're going to start with A-Bomb Limb, actually. We'll go... Actually, that doesn't really matter. I think you can intersperse A-Bomb Limb with Remorse. Doesn't really matter. We'll go A-Bomb Limb, Remorseless, Trinket. Okay, here we go. We're going to get this down. Pillar of Frost, Glacial Advance, obliterate, Glacial Advance, obliterate, Howling Blast, obliterate, Glacial, obliterate, Howling Blast, obliterate, obliterate, and then my Worm, refresh D&D, Glacial Advance, obliterate, refresh Remorseless Winter right now, Glacial Advance, obliterate, Howling Blast, obliterate, Glacial Advance, obliterate, Howling Blast. There we go. We're basically done. We're going to get one more D&D window here, so I'm going to go Glacial Advance twice into a D&D, obliterate, Howling Blast, Glacial Advance, obliterate, refresh Remorseless Winter right now. I fell off there, so we did something wrong. My Everfrost fell off. So again, there's a very, very short window that you have with that Everfrost buff on your Remorseless Winter. You have to be really careful, okay, that you do this all correctly. If you do this all correctly, then you'll be able to refresh it at that 10 stack mark. I messed it up there, so my Remorseless Winter damage will be down a little bit. Look, my Frostworm's Fury did a lot better that time. So I think on the first time around, I think I cast my Frostworm's Fury a little bit late. This second time, I cast it inside my Pillar of Frost window, and guess what? It did 1.5 million damage. It crit a couple of those targets for 1.5 million damage. Okay, that's actually insane. That is so much damage. Okay, now that's just how that works. That is the rotation. Let's look at it in a real-time event here. This is on a this is on a plus 11 not good offensive. Okay, this is 4 to 5 weeks. So once again, remember, the packs are going to last longer than your opening cooldown. But on this pack, these are very frustrating because you have to wait to get aggro, or you have to wait so you don't pull aggro. So you have to be really patient here. Here we go. I pop my setup buttons. I pop my trinket. I pop A-Bomb Limb. I pop Empowered Rune Weapon. I just didn't pop my Raised Dead because I forgot about it because I'm an idiot. Those are the 3. I have not pressed Pillar of Frost yet. Okay. I popped it now with a Glacial Advance so that I get an immediate proc. But guess what? I have to move because this is a real world event. This is how this happens. I'm going to sneak into my D&D right here so that I can start obliterating. Okay. There's an obliterate. Here we go. Our damage is going to start spiking. I'm going obliterate into Glacial Advance, obliterate into Glacial Advance, or Howling Blast. And then at the very, very end, I have 1.2 seconds left. You can see it on the weak aura. I'm going to do my Frostworm's Fury, and my damage goes up to 1.4 million damage per second. Okay, we're right up there. The damage is huge. Okay, we refresh our D&D. I continue with the combo, Glacial Advancing into Obliterate, Glacial Advance. I refresh my Remorseless Winter right now. That refreshes the 10 stacks of Everfrost on the enemy to keep my damage nice and high. We're sustaining 1.4 mil right now, okay? This is how it's got to look, guys. This is how it should look. Our damage will start to fall off here at the end, but this is the kind of massive AoE burst damage that you can have. And guess what? My Pillar of Frost is back. So I can do Pillar of Frost round 2. I'm going to pop it right now with a Glacial Advance, okay? And then I don't have a D&D down, so I'm not getting the cleave, but it doesn't matter. Pillar of Frost still gives you 25% of your strength, and it's going to summon that Whelpling, which gives you more mastery. I end up getting cleaved here by accident. I think I get autoed I get autoed right here by the stupid tank frontal. It's very, very annoying. Actually, no, I get War Stomp. Look where I'm standing, and look where friggin' War Stomp is, and I die. Oh no, it was the cleave. It was the cleave. Okay, so the War Stomp didn't get me. It was the swipe cleave from the guy. But that's how it looks, guys. Okay, that is it in a nutshell. Get your Remorseless Winter online. Get all your other buttons out of the way. Okay, get your trinkets rolling. Then, when you have the correct moment, press Pillar of Frost, get into your Pillar of Frost window, try to get as many globals inside of that Pillar of Frost window as you can. You can see I'm getting 8, 10. I should be able to get 17. I think I messed this up. I only end up getting 13. So I've still got work to do. This week Aura is telling me you could have pressed 4 more globals inside of that window. Now, again, not every situation is perfect. It's really hard in some of these situations when there's swirlies going on and AoE circles, but you can do it. You just have to keep working at it, keep practicing, and your damage will get there. I promise. It'll be really, really good. So that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much again for watching. If you have any questions about Frost DK, try to improve your damage, definitely go back through this video and pause it to see where you can sort of check out my GCDs that are rolling down below here. You can see exactly what I'm pressing. Please go check it out and figure it out for yourself. I hope this helps some of you. Let me know in the comments down below if this did help you. Thank you so much again for watching. Love y'all. I'll see you in the next one.